Welcome folks to another match day. Today Hex FC are playing Girona, who is another fill-in team who's not on their league. So automatically the points do go to Hex FC, but Girona is a prominent opponent who do play in the league that Hex FC previously played in. So they are opponents that Hex FC are familiar with. So today is an action-packed game. It has a lot in store for us. Girona is not a walkover opponent, so this will be an interesting game. Starting lineup here today is Daniel, Jenna up front with Ariel and Sibu at the back. Here's an opportunity for Daniel to start off with the scoring, but the ball gets intercepted by the goalkeeper. A quick turnaround, 3-touch play from Girona, and a goal is conceded for Hex FC. What a goal for Girona there. Here's Jenna on the ball looking to create something. His shot is blocked. Daniel on the ball now. He spreads play down to Sibu. Sibu with the touch. Little skill there, but his shot gets blocked. And he restarts or calms down play. Back the ball down to Becky. Becky back to Sibu. Sibu looking for the 45. Pass back in, but it gets blocked again. The ball goes back out to Becky. Becky with a shot. And he drives it into the near post. Oh my word, goalkeeper was completely blindsided there and had nothing that he could do about that shot. What a goal from Becky there. Here is Daniel restarting play with Becky. Becky looking for a pass. He passes it down to Ariel. Ariel with the pass back to Becky. Becky down to Daniel. Daniel turning around, finding Becky again. Becky driving down the flank here. The shot. Oh my goodness, Becky with another goal, this time placing it into the bottom corner. Oh my goodness, look at that. Becky with 2 goals already tonight. What a performance he is having. Here is Girona again, good block there by Ariel. Here is Sibu committing that tactical foul and delaying the burst of possession there from Girona. Here is Girona starting off play again with their set piece there, looking to get themselves back in. The lob pass is intercepted by Sibu. Sibu is now driving down the flank. Can he create something? And Girona block or disturb that play of possession there. Here is Jenna, foul there. Of course it. Sibu with the shot and it is blocked again. Here's Girona. Nothing amounted out of that one. Yes, Jenna back on the ball. Jenna with the pass down to Ariel. Can Ariel do something here? And his shot is completely wide. Here's Becky back on the ball. Becky, he has 3 players in front of him. Will he take the shot? He tries to skill there. And in the end, he gets fouled. The ball remains in Hex FC's possession. Here's Ariel down to Sibu. Sibu spreading it wide for Becky. Becky with a cross. Oh my goodness, Jenna misguides that header and it goes off target. Here's Girona back on the board. Good interception there by Ariel. He spreads the ball down to Jenna. Is Sibu looking for that long pass? It reaches Ariel. The ball just gets stuck behind him. He tries to get the shot off. Ooh. And he ends up slipping at the end of everything. Here's Sibu back on the ball looking for Daniel. Daniel with a shot. Oh my goodness, look at that. What a shot. What a blockbuster goal that is. Damn, that hits the crossbar and finds its way into the back of the net. What a goal from Daniel there. And that was a bad cross from Daniel. Here's Jenna trying to put the ball in between the goalkeeper's feet, but the goalkeeper actually pulls off a brilliant save. Daniel again running down the flank and his shot gets saved by the goalkeeper. Subbed on now for Ariel is Nkosi. Ooh, Sibu gets his name on the score sheet. What a pass from Nkosi there. What a turn from Sibu. Great skill and beautiful placement into the far corner. In fact, through the goalkeeper's feet there. What a goal. Hex FC lead 4-1 now. Here's Nkosi on the pitch, and here's Offense on the pitch for Daniel. Offense, ooh, and he almost gets his name on the score sheet there. And it unfortunately hits the post. Here is Girona running down the flank again. Can Offense win the ball back? He fails to. but he manages to keep them up the pitch. Look at that replay. He loses 2 men there, composes himself, the shots, picks his spots, but he gets unlucky there and hits the bar. Oh my goodness, what a turn there from Girona, and the shot was horrible. Weak shot there that definitely deserved a goal. And ref blows for halftime. Second half is underway. Becky starting off with a beautiful pass there. Good combination play from Nkosi to Poppy. Poppy is the guy playing with the balaclava there. Here is Becky back on the ball, finding Thabiso, who is on now as well for Jenna. Back to Poppy. Poppy in between the legs there, but it gets intercepted by a Girona player. Good combination play there from HFC, looking to increase the scoreline there. HFC are not giving it a rest and not giving it a break either, but Girona cut me short with a goal added to the score sheet. Here's Daniel looking to get a shot off. Daniel has subbed off Poppy, if I'm not mistaken. Here's Girona back on the ball, a shot, and it hits the post as well. Oh my goodness, what a game this is. Offensive. Oh my goodness, Daniel hits the bar. What a goal that would have been. So unlucky. Ariel now back on the pitch. Here is Becky on the ball. Offensive with the third shot. Oh my goodness. He is so unlucky today. He's doing everything right, but picking the right spot and placing it. The ball hits the bar again for the second consecutive time. And Offensive still hasn't gotten his name on the score sheet. Scoreline still 4-2. HFC still in the lead. Will they increase it? Will Girona make a comeback and steal the game from HFC's hands? Let's find out. Yes, Girona back on the ball. Good combination play there. A pass was made, but the ball was intercepted there by Daniel. Good defending. Here's Becky slowing play down, looking for a person to pick out to make that pass. Here's Offensive on the ball. Offensive with a turn. Offensive loses his man again. Offensive. Here's Offensive again. Oh, he doesn't get his shot off this time. He lays it off down to Becky. Will Becky find a shot again? Nope. He loses his man there. Becky, and he gets fouled. Here's Girona back on the ball. Good transition play, but Daniel delays it with a good tactical foul there. Here's a 2-on-1 situation there. Can they convert? They make a brilliant pass, but the player fails to convert that shot. What an embarrassing moment there. Here's Dale, a 3v1. Dale decides to skill. He loses the ball. He had 2 options on the side there. Here's Girona. Now will they convert this? Oh, Becky saves them. Otherwise, they would have gotten punished for their mistakes. Here's Sibu back on the pitch here. A little bit of showboating down to Thabiso. Thabiso on the ball. Here's Aaron on the ball. Can he do something? Oof, tries to lay it off for Thabiso, but Girona reacted quicker than they could. Ariel back on the ball here. He decides to take play down and restart it back down to Becky. Becky down to Sibu. Sibu with more skill there. Pass off the wall, and Ariel gets his name on the score sheet. Good play there from Sibu, getting an assist with a pass off the wall. Look at that skill. Timing his pass to perfection, and Ariel is at the right place at the right time to get an easy tap in. Scoreline 5-2. Interception here from Ariel. He decides to delay the counter and reset play again. There's a pass down to Amu. Amu receives that ball. A little bit of skill there. So Amu has subbed onto the pitch for... Oh my goodness. That was almost a goal. He has subbed onto the pitch for... Nkosi, if I'm not mistaken. Here's Amu driving down the flank. Amu does not pass. He goes for it himself. And he increases the scoreline to 6-2. Look at that, right in between the goalkeeper's feet. Good finish there. Here is Nkosi on the ball. Nkosi with a shot, and the goalkeeper makes a good save there. Here's Girona back on the ball, and the rebound gets converted. Scoreline 6-3. Girona are still putting up a fight here. Not letting Hexaway get away with it that easily. Here's Amu back on the ball. Will he score again? He does. 2 for 2. What a goal from Amu. Getting 2 goals and his name on the score sheet. Brilliant performance. Look at the man there. His first appearance for Hex FC. Here is Girona back on the ball, looking to add to the score sheets. Yes, an indirect free kick gets called there due to the player passing the ball back. Here's Girona's free kick. What can they do from this? Will they get a shot off? The shot goes wide. Another shot goes wide. And no goal is converted. Ref calls for full time. Hex FC wins 7-3. What a performance it has been.